just a quick introduction, or I wouldn't say a review, about my Technics stereo cassette deck RS BR465. Like this one, I mean, I got this one for free. This one I got at a thrift store for $10. I just uploaded a video about another device which is pretty cool looking. Put the link in that video description here. And I like to buy like this vintage stuff, which I couldn't buy back in the day. I got this one and it worked perfectly. And I just want to talk about how nice these old stereo devices looked at the day. And I remember where people had like these stereo, maybe you would call it a tower, where you had a tape deck, then you had a tuner, then you had an amplifier, and maybe also then a record player. And if you were pretty like wealthy, you also had a big reel-to-reel on top of that. I remember one of my uncles had a stereo tower like this with huge boxes, or speakers as you would call it here. And I still remember that device. He all had like a champagne finish like the record player here. But I just want to talk about how nice these machines looked, what we are missing nowadays when we do the streaming, when we have everything on our cell phone. I know it's more convenient, that makes sense, but there is just something, like I said in a video before, to touching a device like this, pushing an actual button, which is just fun, and then the mechanism starts. You have a little display here, and then whatever you want to do, you have to have a little knowledge, and then you have to turn a dial here and there. Then you can make selections and choices about the tape quality. It's just, yeah, as I said, it's just so satisfying having like that old technology, which, by the way, is not that old. I mean, that tape deck, I guess it's from 1969. I Googled it a few days ago and it was $230 at the time. So it was not the super duper high-end tape deck. And I'm not sure about if you adjust that to inflation. I guess today it would be maybe $500 to $600 I mean, they don't sell them anymore, but it's such a nice, good-looking machine. And if you touch it here, it's like it's plastic, but it feels like a metal finish. And yeah, that's just what I want to talk about. It's not really about the functions, how that works. I mean, we all know it's a tape deck and can play in both directions, and you can record with that. And that has a lot of features which I have no clue actually. HX Pro, Dolby, noise reduction. So for me, it's a good tape deck. You could have two microphones plugged in here, also like the big headphone jack which you have here. And then it's just that sound. And then yeah, maybe I'm a geek, but what I'm trying to say, we miss a lot of stuff going to the new technology. I'm not against it. I'm streaming all the time. But then sometimes I just enjoy to come here, pick a tape, and then put a tape in here, and then I'm listening just to the music. I'm not distracted as if I'm streaming. I'm just listening to it and have a good time. And speaking of good time, thanks for giving me your time and listening to my, not review, but my, how should I say, opinion about these old technologies and why I love them and go back from time to time. And don't miss my review I made for that super old machine from 1981, which has an 8-track included, a tape deck, and a radio tuner. That's a pretty nice machine. Thanks for watching.